Maybe this will help. Will this help you?
Don't forget the maybe, baby. Don't forget the maybe, baby.
All I'm saying is we need to get in the studio.
Baby.
It's showtime.
Welcome to another episode of Maybe This Will Help.
And here we go. Here we go. Bro Hamlet, what's the deal?
What's good, man?
We both smiling, so something is going on.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise, man. Good to see you, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Maybe This Will Help, the podcast. Giving you that relationship talk you can relate to, the good, the bad, the alimony. We've been getting y'all comments. I want to start the show by saying that we've been getting your comments, your DMs. Thank you. We out here trying to share. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. We out here shooting our shot in the culture with this relationship stuff. And it's impacting y'all, and your thank yous and your prayers and just all that, man. It means a lot. It's motivating, as well as your Cash Apps and your Venmos. It's encouraging, and we appreciate y'all because we definitely want to keep this going. Some opportunities are showing up for us in new ways, and we just want to maximize it with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We all in this community together trying to figure things out. Some of y'all, we done already had private conversations with y'all before this podcast even existed, and even during, and some of the stuff you shared with us, we've said on the show. So we all have contributed to trying to help this community one way or another. So either by you being here and just logging in or participating or talking to us offline, we appreciate it all. Anything you want to say, bro?
No, I'm good. Can you hear? I got my AC on. Can you hear the hum in the background? Or are we good?
No, you sound solid to me. I don't hear any interruption.
All right, cool.
All right.
Because even if you could, I wasn't turning it off as hot as it is over here.
Listen, you got them bunker blinds over there. Just oxygen can't get in your house. This brother got a fort. Man, all right. Well, then let's do this. We're gonna check in, get it popping. Jump in the chat, let us know you're in the building. What up, Sasha? What up, Vicky? And to all our silent people out there, we know y'all there. We know you there. We appreciate it, man. Let's check in, man. Huh?
I said that wasn't creepy at all.
Nah, we know you're there.
I just want to start off by saying I like your hat. It's giving me Italian bicyclist. It's giving me white. It's giving you Wesley Snipes.
I thought it was giving you MC Hammer pumps in a bump. Hey, we like to. They ain't giving you that. I didn't want to get that to you anyway. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Thank you for not wanting to. That's where it starts.
Somebody told me I can't wear these hats unless I got on biker shorts.
That's a fact. So don't stand up. I don't even want to know. Anyway, yeah. Shit. Check in. Busy. Man. A lot going on.
I feel like you just finally sat down with that and realized it in this moment.
It's a lot of internal stuff going on. It's a lot of external stuff going on. It's it's just, for me, it's just a season of just staying rooted and grounded in the things I believe in and the things that I've committed to in life in general, and just to continue to try to be the best version of myself as a man, as a father, as a fiance, as a friend, as a brother. You know what I mean?
Oof.
Just yeah. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I'm realizing when I do my self-checks and my self-assessments, I have to assess myself in all of those categories, because what I found myself doing was just one blanket assessment of Michael. And Michael wears so many different hats. It's important for me to assess him individually as individual people wearing those different hats. You know what I mean? Because Michael the brother may look different than Michael the fiance, or Michael the dad may look different than Michael the friend. You know what I mean? So
rightfully so.
Yeah. And just to have those check-ins individually, those individual relationships with my son, with Jay, with you, with my boy Cars, with my mom. You know what I mean? Just really being intentional about these relationships that I'm in with people, and the ones that aren't really serving a purpose. I don't want to say just flat out letting them go, but they just don't get as much attention. It's almost like you know what I mean. You have when you have the awards, BET. Well, let's just say BET awards, and you have the stars that are going up to get awards. You have the mainstream music people, and then you have the people that were paid to sit in the seat. If I work there, I'm not bringing champagne to the seat filler. I'm bringing champagne to the people that actually serve a purpose.
Good God.
You know what I mean? People that paid for these seats. Those are the ones that are getting the attention. And so, I'm just, that's where I'm at. And of course,
I mean,
go.
How'd they get in the building?
At some point, they were invited to be there, but your relevance ain't. I mean, and sometimes we try to hold all of this space and this capacity for all these seat fillers in our lives and wonder why we stressed out all the time. Because let some of that shit go.
Okay.
I mean, it may sound, but I don't give a shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're not serving the purpose, then why are you here? Why am I here? If I'm not serving the purpose in your life, why am I here?
Okay. So I was about to go there with you. Like I don't want to be anywhere that I'm not serving a purpose. And I've been excluded from places where my services were no longer needed. And it happened to me at an early age. And the older I got, the more I understood. Like if I love someone, I don't want to be in the way of what they need, just because I don't want to be separated from them. I want to be a priority in their life. But honestly, if they need something more or something different that I can't provide, true love, my love for them is going to say, let me move out the way so you can get that thing. My love for them is going to try to help me. My love for them is going to be me trying to help them get that sooner. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying to you? It's not going to be me trying to, justify what I want here, man. Love is sacrificial like that. I think I'm at to make a new space though. I'm going to a different wedding in December. I'm not going to Reggie's wedding. I'm not going. This guy.
I was going to say, is it because of the comment he made?
You can take the baby oil out the man, but you can't take the man out the baby oil. It's true. That's not the point.
So much to unpack, and
it's not.
I don't even know if he realizes that you used to be a male exotic dancer. So
he knows that.
Okay, wow.
He knows that. Wow. You know what I'm saying to you?
That's deep.
I asked to borrow his periwinkle suit, but he just acting like all of a sudden he can't afford to let me use it. That's fine. That's fine.
It's all good. And then, like I've been saying every show, just trying to save that space for grace. And it's crazy because this past weekend, I needed that space for grace, and just trying to walk in it myself. I realize, being on the other end of it, how important it is. You know what I mean? And it's just, at the end of the day, we all gonna fuck up in life, and we're gonna fuck up big, and it's gonna be sometimes it's gonna be with the people that we love most. And you know what I mean? For me, I'm trying to become one of those people that doesn't necessarily get taken advantage of, but just realize that Donnie is a human, right? He as much as he loves me, he's gonna do something at some point in life. If he hasn't already, me and you have had a run-in before, that is just like, damn, I held you all the way up here instead of holding you where you should have been held as a. Hold on, it's an ambulance going by.
He didn't mean literally hold me. Mike doesn't pick me up. Just want to clarify that.
I feel like I could. My back been feeling a lot better. Anyway, pause. No,
start with Jay. Okay, how about that?
Anyway, so I held.
Something's going on with Mike tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what it is.
I held my brother all the way up here without giving him that buffer for being human. And so the only thing that happens is I get my feelings hurt. I get in my feelings because I didn't allow for that gap of Donnie might fuck up. He might fuck up more than once. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if I know Donnie is on the right path to you know what I mean, to being a better version of himself, who am I to condemn? You know what
it's
I mean?
Tough, man. It's tough though, because
on both ends it is 100%.
I think if we're 100% honest, man, most people I talk to, including myself, we really want perfect people in our life. We do. And it's not because we're trying to be like self-righteous, like we're just tired of getting hurt. And we just want people that just won't hurt us. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, in our self-reflection, our downtime, we look at what must I supply a person with to have the best chance at not hurting me. You know what I'm saying to you? I do have to set people up for success in my life in order to be what I need them to be sometimes. I need to inform them through communication, my ways and my boundaries and my desires and my triggers and, you know, things that I'm working through. And also, you know, where's my buffer space? So sometimes people don't succeed as your friend or as your partner, as your spouse, not even as your children, because you don't really set them up for success. You don't give them the knowledge base and the additional resources that they need. Like if you're dating a young lady, you're trying to get to know her and she wants to see you succeed at this. I've seen this happen before. She's like, listen, reach out to my friends, reach out to this person, ask them about me. It's not that I'm not going to tell you, but they may have a perspective because they're on the outside. They're not me. Ask them. Here's their number. You know what I'm saying? Here's kind of like, you know, my upbringing. Here's my goals. Here's my vision board. Supplying them with the things that they need to be successful, the things you want them to do. You can't just call people into a space and expect them just to boom, knock it out the park. It can be those anomalies, but in most cases, we have a role to play in that. But going back, like, you know, if we've been hurt before, like, you know, that we do want somebody just won't do that. And that's kind of as perfect as we desire sometimes, which I don't think is a lot to ask for.
It's not a lot to ask for. But I think sometimes we get in situations where people come to these self-realizations. I don't want to say almost when it's too late, but sometimes almost when it's too late. Like you know what I mean? Like you expect for this person to do X, Y, Z, and this person doesn't really realize that they're doing X, Y, Z or why they're not doing X, Y, Z until it's been this big catastrophe. You know what I'm saying? Catastrophe.
That's mystical.
Yeah, okay. Like I'm like, man, was that a song?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, just really trying to save space for all of that, and you know, just realizing the times that I've needed my own grace and bestowing that upon the people that I love.
Amen.
Yeah, man.
Amen.
How are you, Donovan?
I'm solid, bro. I'm solid. I'm good. I've been living in this faith place, bro. It's let me say it like this, man. I've been growing, man. I've been stretching and I've been growing, man. I've been really putting my foot to the pedal on these things that God has called me to, these goals and just this season. So I'm good, man. Honestly.
So you're a grower, not a shower.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I don't know what to tell you. Asking about my personal life. But you know, tonight you're in rare form, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm gonna call you Darling Nikki tonight. You guys watch out for Mike, though. I'm not sure what he's been drinking. I'm not sure who did it.
H2O.
Yeah. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into this show. We're gonna do our videos and our posts per usual. If you have anything of importance to say or something that might help, jump in the chat, drop it in there, and we'll put it up on the screen if it helps move the conversation forward. You ready, bro?
Let's Do it.
I'm gonna do the Cash App. If anybody wants to donate to helping Mike get some kind of art in his background, because somebody DM'd us and asked, was Mike doing the show from prison? Because it's just
Listen, since I moved, okay, I have not
define move.
from the apartment to the house. There's you've been here recently. You know, come on. So next time I'm gonna sit on the couch facing the TV, and maybe we'll get. Then it's gonna be like, oh, why is your TV so mean? This is ridiculous.
All right.
The people don't need to be in my business. You don't need to know what's over here.
All right. Well, if you guys want to help bail Mike out of jail, because this is his bunkmate right now, so I don't know if we're gonna
put something on my books. At $, maybe this will help.
Yeah, maybe this will bail Mike out. All right, so let's go ahead and start the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna start. You know what? Let's just do this. Have we done this one yet? You cannot repeatedly disappoint somebody and expect their energy to still crave you. You cannot.
That's good.
Go for it, man.
You cannot repeatedly disappoint somebody and expect their energy to still crave you.
Yeah.
You can't disappoint somebody once and expect the energy to be the same.
But it said crave. How many times can you disappoint somebody before they stop craving you? So we need to. I'm really looking at that word.
Is it? I'm really.
Hold on, before you go, Destiny said she gonna have Ava paint you a picture and put it on.
I will put it right behind me. 100%. 100%.
Go for it, bro.
No, it's a true statement, because after it comes to a certain point when the level in which you thought that this person, whether it be your homeboy, your homegirl, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, and you see the same disappointment in the same area consistently, it does do something to you psychologically. It does do something to you even physically. You know what I mean? Meaning this, okay. Meaning if I'm in a romantic relationship and I don't know, I'm asking my wife or my girlfriend to do something XYZ over and over again, and it keeps either not getting done or we keep having to come to the same head. Eventually it's going to do something to our intimacy, because I'm going to look at you as the person that keeps not following through with what you said you were going to do. At least for me.
I'm just looking for we haven't used it in a while. I need to bring it back on the screen.
I know it's one you're looking for. Go ahead and find it.
Did you delete it?
No.
There it is.
What we got?
All right.
I feel like you was waiting for this. I feel like this is popped in my head, right? So we're talking about you can disappoint somebody once and then, the energy don't crave it no more. I want to talk about, you ever known somebody, or has this ever happened to you when somebody was so into you, no matter how much you ignored them, no matter how much you let them down, they just still came after you, kept showing up, kept trying to holler at you, kept trying to take you out, kept trying to was just thirsty for you, and you deliberately were trying to disappoint them and give them the no. Yeah.
So what is it that makes us so sensitive to the point to where somebody disappoints us once, our craving is totally gone? It begs to ask, was it truly a craving in the first place if it can just be so fickle to just like one disappointment, I don't crave you anymore?
I feel like it comes down to expectations, as well as, is this something that you guys came to an agreement that would be? For instance, let's say monogamy in a relationship. The boyfriend and girlfriend came together and said, hey, I'm only going to date you. You're only going to date me. We both agree upon that. And the guy repeatedly or the girl repeatedly steps outside of that relationship. Well, the person that has gotten stepped out on has every right to feel the way they feel, because this is an agreement that we both, you said that this is what we was going to do. Over and over you said this, and over I'm finding myself having to say, okay, I forgive you, I'm working on
fair
it,
enough.
yada yada.
So fair enough. I will say this, because it was something that they agreed to. I'm a firm believer, like, slow down, people. Don't be making commitments haphazardly. Like,
Yes.
either make the commitment and stick to the commitment, or don't make the commitment. And that will require you to be silent sometimes. And that is unattractive to some people. Give me a yes or no. They'll put you on the spot. Like, sometimes you gotta be like, yo, I don't know right now, because I know that you're going to hold me accountable to whatever I say.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes people, they really want that answer. So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
My question to you is, if your behavior, and I know one side of this, but if my behavior or my mistakes, let me say that, if my mistakes can make you stop craving me, did you ever crave me and like who I really am, or just the idea of who you wanted me to be?
That's good. And that's good, because I would really honestly, I would lean towards, maybe it was never me you craved, maybe it was the, I don't know, potential you saw in me, maybe it was the glimpse of what you saw when I was on the up and up, maybe it was, you know what I mean, but
you only crave me at my best.
You only crave me at my best. Exactly. Because if I tell you there's this underlying issue, and I'm telling you like, hey, I'm struggling in XYZ, and then XYZ happens, and then all of a sudden it's like the post said, like I just don't, you know, we still here, but I'm not craving you. My energy is not craving you. Then, like you just said, maybe it wasn't me, the real me, that you ever really carried. Maybe it was the me at my best, and honestly, that's not the real person. I'm trying to remember the quote that you said. Actually, the one on the podcast that's currently going viral on our Instagram page, shameless plug right there. I believe you made mention of, you really don't know, I'm paraphrasing, maybe you can help me. You really don't know when somebody is really for you until you're at your lowest, or something along those lines. I think you say, and that's facts.
That's good.
That's facts.
That is good.
It was a light bulb for me. Like, so many times we've been in these relationships, and whether it's friendship, let's talk about friendships. So many times we've been in these friendships, and somebody do something we don't like, and we just ready to bail. Whether it's because of past trauma, whether it's because of, I don't got time to deal with that, I shouldn't have to deal with that. But like, yo, this is the person you chose to be friends with. Like you chose this person to be your friend. You didn't. Nobody's making you be this person's friend. So you know what I mean. Again, save that room for people to fuck up, and save that room for grace. And remember the times where you needed grace. You wasn't always the perfect friend either.
So check this out, man. We got a few things going on in the chat. I like what Pookie said. Pookie said, sometimes you crave what you want to see opposed to the reality. But if I go back up a little bit further, Amber said, I think people need to let go of unrealistic expectations. At some point, everybody disappoints you. We're all growing and falling short. Now, you know, I'm an outside thinker,
yes,
right? And so my question is for Pookie and Amber, help me understand this reality or this unrealistic expectation, because I feel like everybody's reality is different, and unrealistic is defined different by everybody, because what they think is possible is not a universal understanding of what's possible. Everybody like, no, some people believe it's impossible for you to be in a relationship where no one cheats. Some people believe it's impossible to be in a relationship but there's no kind of verbal or physical abuse. Some people be like, yo, that's a reality. People are doing that every day. Some people think it's impossible for you to have two wives, but that's somebody else's reality. So how are you guys identifying what's realistic and what should be deemed as reality in this conversation?
And on the flip side of that, those unrealistic expectations, I can have unrealistic expectations for myself. Sometimes people are not being honest with themselves, and they portray this person, and they tell them, oh, I can be this for you and I can be that for you. And in my mind, I can really be trying to do that, but realistically, can you really do that?
So you do it then. Tell me, how are you defining what's realistic for you?
I really got to sit with myself and be honest with myself. I can sit here and say all day that let's take working out. I can sit here and tell you all day, Donnie, we're gonna work out 5 days a week, and we're gonna do 2 a days, and you know what I mean. And in 2 months, I'm gonna have you down to the weight you want to be, and you're gonna be growing muscle and yada yada. Yeah, but once I stop gassing myself and realize, oh man, I forgot I have meetings every Friday.
Okay.
I forgot. Once I start being honest with myself and realizing, man, can you really do this? That's what then needs to be portrayed as what you can give.
All right, I'm ready to devil's advocate that. Because what you just expressed, you have the ability to do. You may not have the willingness, because the ability lies within you canceling everything to make this a priority, which means that it is realistic.
Yeah.
If you want to keep everything a priority, then it becomes unrealistic, and that's not based on ability. That's based on the willingness to prioritize something that you're saying is important.
Yes, I agree.
So okay, I think Amber and them. Okay, so Amber just said everybody makes mistakes. True. Going back to her comment though, she said at some point everybody disappoints you. So I want to know, what's the connection between disappointments and mistakes? Because mistakes is what you do. Disappointment is how I feel about what you did. Yeah. So I can do what I did and you not feel disappointed. That's your choice.
But that's because people usually get disappointed when they have these expectations of how somebody should act.
Who's going to decide? Who decides if Mike is disappointed?
No, Mike does. 100%.
Exactly. So you can choose to not be disappointed.
100%. 100%. People can't make that choice. But in the moment, when we're talking about feelings, when we're talking about, like I said, even if conversations have been had when somebody's telling you, I'm not going to do this or I am going to do this, and they don't, I can choose not to be disappointed. But in that moment, it's very difficult to do unless you trained yourself to flip on and off that switch like that, which most people have not.
Okay. So the self-work behind it. Yes. It's like, so this is a phrase that we've talked about plenty of times in the show. You made me feel.
Yeah.
And I used to be such a strong advocate behind, I can't make you feel nothing. Them feelings is your choice. You guys talked me off that cliff and helped me understand you may not have made them feel that way, but you created an environment. You informed that choice. You voted for that choice with your behavior. You may not have broken their heart, but you contributed everything that you could to make that broken heart be one of their choices. So I do take some responsibility in that. But when it comes to disappointment, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I think the difference between me being disappointed and me being like, okay, I get it, is me, you said, I think at the beginning of the show, not having amnesia. The more I remember that I fall short just like that, the less likely I am to be disappointed.
Agreed. I agree with that 100%.
The more I remember how human I am in areas where I need development, the less likely I am to be disappointed, because it's almost like I forget that I'm human and I think I'm acting like I'm something else to judge you. Like, how could you do that? If everybody's life was exposed on this screen, I'm pretty sure I see different situations in your life where you may not have done the same thing, but a similar thing, where you didn't show up in integrity the way you should, where you weren't faithful. Maybe you never cheated on your spouse, but you cheated on a test. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if we stay out of amnesia and stay in this place of remembrance that we're all going through a process. I think Kerry said it best. He said, this life is an experiment for everybody. We're all trying to figure something out. Trying to figure out faith, trying to figure out family, trying to figure out friends, trying to figure out who I am. You know what I'm saying to you? So I think that there comes a point where everybody has to make a line between you just trying to develop and grow and you just being reckless and you're not taking responsibility.
Yeah.
And everybody marks that place differently as well. So
I agree. I agree. Who responded to? Okay, go ahead.
Katina. Sorry, I just wanted to make her Spanish. Yes, we all make mistakes, but it's what you learn. It looked like it at first. This is Miss Ratala. Mr. Ratala. Yes, we all make mistakes, but it's what you learn from them and move forward with the mindset that you will not make the same mistake again. And that's tough for me, Mr. Ratala, because it's like, I know I don't want to make the same mistake again, but should I promise that I won't?
No. I've shot myself in the foot plenty of times by making the promises that I won't, based on, in my heart, I really, 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 really really don't want to. But in reality, that's what you should say. I really, 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 really don't want to. Because a promise, you make so many promises, and those promises get broken, and pretty soon your word not gonna mean nothing.
Yep, there it is. And so I think that it's best today everybody can take a moment to sit with themselves. And I think who said it? Somebody said something about capacity. And
I saw that.
I think it was Ali. Yeah, Ali said unrealistic equals far beyond that person's current capacity. I think that if we sit and look at our capacity and make decisions or make commitments based on our capacity, I think that we'll have a better chance at a higher level of integrity. It's just like, getting a credit card, what I'm saying to you, their credit score. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at your reliability to keep your word. Because when we gave you this money, gave you this card, you signed this contract and gave us your word in exchange for, our finances. And your credit score kind of reflects how well you are at keeping your word.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right, you ready to move on, brother man?
Did you I think Pook responded.
Oh, see if you can find it.
Oh, there it is. What you want to see for me is how you imagine a person to be. If a man shows me who he is, but in my mind I see more potential than he may not even desire for himself, I can set myself up for unrealistic expectations because he showed me who he is, and I imagined more and created a fantasy idea that never existed. And that's it. That's it. Because you got a glimpse of what he could be. So now I'm gonna just run with that. Forget what was actually happening in real life. I'm a just tunnel vision this potential that I saw, this glimpse of greatness that I saw, and I'm gonna tunnel vision that and focus on that. Which in a sense, that's good to harp on a person's better qualities, but at the same time, since we're talking about realistic and unrealistic, we have to be a realist. We have to be a realist when it comes to if a person is showing you who they are. We can't sit here and say no, they're not, but they're showing you. No, then yeah, no, but no.
I just the more I spend time with these humans here on this planet, the more I start to wonder if I ever will know someone, even myself, because it's just such. Especially where I live, it's like people are one social media post away from having a whole new mindset. They're one viral video away from just being a whole different person. So even our podcast, people like, man, this show blew my mind. I'm going home. I'm gonna break up with my boyfriend. I'm giving my kids to my grandmother, and I'm just moving to Idaho because what is really going to help me is to be in more peace. And my kids don't bring me peace. And my boy, it's like we're so. I've seen so many fickle and like whatever the wind is blowing.
I was going to say like leaves in the wind. Like leaves in the wind, just blowing.
And I think that for me, this is why I subscribe to to God, right? Because I believe that's my creator, and I believe that's the only person that can tell me what my purpose is and who I am. And when I hear from him, according to what he says that I am, and who he says I am, what I'm capable of, that's where I start to define my reality. Right?
I agree. Now, how many times though have you forgotten that or lost sight of that or stepped outside of that? Because I don't want people, because yes, I agree with you, that is the right answer, but I don't want people to think that it's always that easy. It can be, but sometimes we get in these situations or we get in our head and sometimes we lose sight of that and we act out of the character of who God said we were.
Yeah. And I think that's why it says, on your word, I will meditate day and night. Yes. And it says, so I won't sin against you. But I think not, and I believe that goes back to, I won't forget who I am. Yes. The Bible talks about a man who looks in the Bible and seeing his own reflection and walks away and immediately forget what he looks like. So I'll tell you when it happens. Every time I'm not diligent and disciplined in my studying of the word. That's when it's just, I have to stay tapped in who I am. Like my morning routine, I say my mantra and I do my meditation time. And at the end of it, I always go to my 6. I say, I'm patient, I'm kind, I'm disciplined, I'm faithful, I'm the light, and I'm generous. And I say
the 7, I'm ugly.
I thought it was 6. That wasn't 6. I'm patient, I'm kind,
the 7
I'm
is
generous.
I'm ugly. You're forgetting that I'm ugly. The 7th one. Remember, you told me you added this. I wasn't supposed to say that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike's last show. I just wanted you guys to. I think his warden came in and said lights out, so I'm gonna probably finish the show by myself. I think so lights. Cell Block 4 got shut down tonight. Somebody got shanked in the yard. Oh man, let me see what Miss Ratala said. She said instead of showing you,
stop saying her name like that.
All right, my bad, Michelle. Instead of showing you who they are, they could be showing you who they want to be. And I'm a firm believer that you will never know someone completely, not even yourself. I'm kind of leaning in that direction, man. Just a little bit.
100%. And at the end of the day, that's fine. That's fine. Because some people wreck their brains and go down this rabbit hole of really trying to know their partner, really trying to know their friends, and that's cool to an extent. But I just want to enjoy the making memories and spending time with and having something to look back on, as opposed to knowing you down to a molecular level. Like, let's just make some good memories, dude.
Oh man, yeah. Memory. That's what my mom always said. Just make some good memories.
Hey,
all right. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this and then we'll get some videos after this. What do you think? This one? Well, yep. Some people get mad at you for not being who they want you to be. One of the biggest forms of self-betrayal is living your life by their rules instead of your own. Your task is simple. Be kind, be real, be humble. Keep growing and unapologetically live your best life.
Young Pueblo. I will add in there, be honest. I will add that one for myself.
Be kind, be real. Real and honest are different for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Be honest. You ever been in that situation? Yeah, I'm about to be a real liar. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody got mad at you for not being the way that they wanted you to be?
Yeah, 100%.
How'd you handle it?
I transformed into I attempted to transform into the person they wanted me to be, and that didn't work out. And then I actually have been a bit of a chameleon my entire life in trying to, you know what I mean, be this type of way for this person, and you need me to be this way, and then at work I got to be this way, and I'm just now, I feel like in my late 30s, I'd even go as far as say like the last 3 years, coming into the fact that I just want to be this one person across the board. Like I said in the beginning, yeah, I wear different hats, but in those different hats, I still want the core of me needs to be who I truly am.
There are certain people who don't struggle with this, and I think that most of them live outside of Los Angeles. I'm just gonna make that blanket statement. Tell me this: at what point? I remember one time somebody told me, man, LA is where you come for Hollywood, right? And Hollywood is what? It's a whole bunch of actors, and so people come here wanting to be an actor, and that's exactly what you get. Everybody's acting, right? So not everybody, but I'm just putting that blank statement out there. Let me ask you a question though. At what point can you remember, at what age did you think that it was in your best interest to try to be all the different people that people wanted you to be?
Oh, I'm talking maybe first grade. I can remember clear. I can remember very clearly. Cracking jokes in class, being the class clown. Okay, so if I do this, people are gonna like me. I don't give a shit if when I get home I'm gonna get a spanking. If I'm gonna get put on punishment, this class clown thing, I'm gonna roll with it, and I roll with it all the way until I got out of high school.
People thought you were funny.
I mean, people with sense of humor, not nobody like you. So all the way.
I think funny looking. You probably, yeah, I get it. No, you probably didn't even say nothing. Listen, cracking up as soon as you walked in.
Listen,
I get it.
That's not the type of show that we're doing tonight.
You exposed me to Kevin Hart's show, so I just thought maybe.
I said, damn it. But so yeah, I just remember like, okay, if I keep up this making people laugh and in situations where everybody's being quiet or something like that, then that I equated that to people like me now. So I changed because I used to be yeah.
You know why that's interesting though, man. I heard a pastor say once that men gravitate towards where they are praised. And I don't think it's men. I just think it's boys as well. They gravitate towards where they are praised, and I think that they always say whatever you give children the most attention for is what they gravitate towards doing. And one of the very toxic ways of parenting is that the only time a parent really pays attention to the child and gives energy, even if it's bad energy, like I'm gonna whoop you, is when they do something bad. That's why better parenting tactics have shown that you should celebrate to the same passionate degree that you discipline. Because if not, wherever the most passion and discipline goes, that's the behavior that you're actually perpetuating for them to do. Because what they really want is just the attention from you.
That's so crazy because my brother Cars came over here yesterday and we were just sitting, chopping it up, having some brotherly time. And we were talking about sometimes how women, they'll if you do something wrong, they'll go to scorched earth on what you did wrong, but kind of ignoring the things that you've been, like, for instance, I've been doing this right like this last month or so, and I'm just on and I don't hear nothing about it. But as soon as this happens, then it's like the whole earth is blown up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that mentality again stems from what you just said, like men needing that both sides. Okay, if I fuck up, get on my case, get on my head, that's fine. But what I'm doing good, like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Pat me on the back, the attaboy. That goes a long way for men, especially men that struggle with things.
Yeah.
That may seem small to other people, but are big for them. That attaboy goes a long way.
Yeah. Explain what an attaboy is for people out there who don't understand what an attaboy is.
Attaboy is like, hey, babe, I see you. I see your hard work. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. I got your back. I'm here for you. If you just that. And it's one thing to, I know, my girlfriend, she has my back and everything, but to still hear it on a consistent basis and to still feel it on a consistent basis, it'll carry him throughout his day. So when he does have a thought, hey man, let me hop in that DM, he'll hear her voice, because before he left the house, she affirmed him of you're a strong man, and temptation is nothing to you, and you know what I mean, and just.
So let me show you like how this shows up, not just in boys, but in men as well. What is a phrase that men don't want to hear? Hey, we need to talk.
Nigga, cringy.
Because they know that they're about to get in trouble for something, or they got an issue with something that you did, or something ain't right, and you're like, we about to get into this. Hold on. What if you use that same phrase, women, that hey, we need to talk, pull them to the side and say, I see what you've been doing. And I want you to know I'm grateful. Let's talk about just how you've been breaking your back for this family. Let's talk about how you keep showing up and being consistent. Let's talk about like just the text message you sent the other day to me. Like, that really made my day. You know what I'm saying to you? Because there's so much strategy put in trying to correct somebody when they do something you don't like. And let's use the same kind of energy to celebrate people when they do stuff that you appreciate. I think that goes a long way, man.
That's wild. That's wild.
So next time you hear, hey, we need to talk, you don't know, like, if I get in trouble or if I'm getting something. I don't really know what's about to happen here, but it ain't just that,
Yeah, because that we need to talk. My first answer about that all the time is about what? About what? And this is a very direct about what? Because it's always, like you said, it's always a feeling of now what I do. I've been trying. I've been in my mind. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, be on the straight and narrow. I'm trying to do that. So now what I done now? See
this right here. Shauna said I do that to Reggie Johnson just because I know it stresses him out. That ain't right. That
wow. Reggie, look at what you chose. Look at what you chose.
Hey, listen, I didn't say it, Shauna. I did not say it at all. This brother Mike is on here acting up. I think that goes a long way, and I think that what men need to be careful of is not to pick up. Don't become the thing you hate, right? Just because the person, your boss or your spouse, may only give energy and effort to correcting you or chastising you when you do something they don't like, don't you become that way. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not getting that from your coworkers, your boss, or your spouse, set the tone. I heard a pastor say that recently. Men, you set the tone and you keep setting the tone and you keep setting the tone. And as you keep setting the tone, you're planting the seed, because a woman's makeup is to create the environment based on the seeds you keep planting inside of her. And so regardless of if she nags or if she does other things, you keep affirming and you keep planting love and you keep planting patience and you keep celebrating. And he was saying that in time, they have no choice but to create an entire garden environment based on what's poured into them the most. But the temptation is to become petty. And if you're not going to celebrate me and nag me, then I'm going to do it back to you so you know what it feels like. When all actuality, what you both want to feel is appreciation. But the men set the tone. We go first and say, great, I see what she's doing here, and I don't want her to live in that, and I don't want to live in that. So I got to start planting different seeds on a consistent basis 100%. To counteract that. Because what she doesn't know that I know about her is that just like sperm and eggs work, if I keep planting this seed, at some point, it's going to take hold and it's going to produce something. And that something is something that we both want, which is a joyful and peaceful environment, right? Where we both celebrate each other on a consistent basis and also correct each other and challenge each other when needed. It's our job, though. Go first and continue to set the tone.
That's our job. Man. Yeah.
In a perfect situation, yes. But I've had men try to plant positive seeds, but it just pushed me away. It's all right. Every seed ain't for every soil, Allie. You know what I'm saying to you? So, you know, no love lost to you or them. You know what I'm saying? You can't plant every seed in every soil. Maybe that wasn't for you to grow. You know what I'm saying to you? Or maybe it was for you to grow, and there were some other things that needed to be uprooted first. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We just assuming at this point. But thank you for continuing to share with us the real, because I'm sure somebody out there can relate to it. All right, man. Let's do this before we go into halftime. I want to just stir the pot a little bit. Do we get another one real quick? Yes. She said yes. Some stuff needs to be uprooted. Amen. All right. Check this out. This might take us over at halftime, but anyway.
If you're still able to be friends with your ex, you're either never in love with them or you are still in love with them. If you're still able to be friends with your ex, you're either never in love with them or you are still in love with them.
Facts or no?
He sounds.
One more time.
If you're still able to be friends with your ex, you're either never in love with them or you are still in love with them.
If you're able to still be friends. Make that make sense to me, brother. Make that make sense.
I don't know, because initially I was going to say he sounds stupid.
Pookie said absolute BS, but Michelle says fact in my case.
I think that if I was single, then I would call. If I was single, then I would call bullshit. But me being engaged in a relationship, I don't think I'm friends with any exes. We're cool. We have a good rapport. I have an ex who I just talked to the other day about doing some work, and we're cool. We get along great. I get along great with my husband, and you know what I mean. We update each other on our kids and our relationships, and you know what I mean. She was actually upset that that she didn't know about the engagement, all kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say we're friends, because a lot of people don't really account to what friendship really means. They just say, "Oh, we known each other, so we friends." Nah. So
that would be me. I have a hard time reminding myself to demote people.
Yes, in a real way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm friends with one of my exes. Mike, am I in love with her, or did I never love her?
I feel like you probably been in love with all of your exes. You look like the type. It's the hair. It's the hair. And it's the hair and the veneers.
Wow.
The front row. Yeah.
Wow. Just says lover boy, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow. I got the simp starter package over here. Jesus. So do I love her or did I never love her?
I kind of agree with the comment that said for me. I feel like that's a you can't make that
Okay.
blanketed statement.
Is she actually my friend?
Is she? So that's a good question. Is she actually your friend, or are you guys in this whatever it is because you guys were romantically involved?
How do I qualify if she's a friend?
Oh, I gotta all the ways that the 70 ways that just popped into my head are all physical. Can you guys sleep in the same bed together? And that's all it is. Can she spend the night over at the house? And that's all it is. Do you find yourself having these feelings, these thoughts of other things besides friendship? Can you treat her like you treat your homeboy?
All those so far, yes.
Yes, meaning qualifies her as being a friend.
Yeah, I can treat her like a homeboy. Yes, I don't have those thoughts. Yes, we sleep in the same house and no urges or struggles or temptation showed up. This is from experience.
Yeah.
So now the question is, we verified that she is my friend. I probably have to ask her if she can do the same thing, huh?
That goes two ways.
Ah,
Definitely goes two ways.
okay, cool. So I'm gonna put a pin in that. Come back. Now, if I say that she is my friend, am I still in love with her or did I never love her?
Can you be in love with your friends?
See, he didn't give that option. He said that you're either presently in love with them or you never loved them.
Yeah, but
it wasn't a space for I love you. It was I'm in love with you or I never loved you. Hold on, let me just run it back real quick, just to make sure we saying what we talk.
If you're still able to be friends with your ex, you're either never in love with them or you are still in love with them.
What if you guys were friends first though? What if you guys were best friends first? The romantic side didn't work out, so now we was never friends, or I never loved you. No,
that is my situation. That's why I'm getting real time and advice from you right now, because me and my ex were friends, really good friends. We weren't best friends. We were really good friends first. Tried the romantic aspect, went far. We were physical in the romantic space. Went to premarital counseling in the romantic space. It didn't work out that way. We returned to the place we were before.
100%.
I think that a lot of people try to become friends after a relationship when they were never friends before the relationship. So 100%. That's interesting. I want to say it's weird, but that's an interesting call to try to go back or to become something that you weren't, which it could happen. But in my case, we just went back to what we were beforehand, which we already knew how to do. But a lot of people feel like something's not right about that. And I'm open. I don't feel that way. I feel like it's fine. But I'm open-minded enough to try to see what other people's perspective are. And maybe I'm not looking at this correctly.
Nah, I feel like as long as you can vet that she has the same platonic feelings, then yeah, man, go ahead and have fun with your friend. What happens is new people sometimes are not mature enough to accept that.
Is it a maturity thing, or is it just?
I feel like it's a maturity thing because they haven't experienced it, or they have certain feelings on exes and being friends with exes, that now you come into this new relationship with me, and now you can't fathom how she could really be just your friend, because either I've seen so many things with that, or I've heard so many. Yeah, well, because I'm a firm believer in, if she was my friend and she was here before you, she's going to be here. I'm not cutting off no people that I know are my friends because now you're
so this is a whole nother conversation. So you're not cutting off anybody that you consider a friend, no matter if your person is uncomfortable with it.
No. What'll happen is I'll introduce you, even if we want to hang out, so you can build a relationship, your own relationship, get comfortable, and then we can go from there. But no, because I don't feel like you should be talking to any women outside of me. Okay, well,
so I think what it comes down to is that the only way a friend can lose their title of friendship, the only way a friend can lose their title of friend is based on what they do in that friendship, not because somebody else wants them fired.
Yep.
Interesting. I'm struggling.
Tell me.
So if you're with someone who finds it uncomfortable, it's your person
Yeah.
that finds it uncomfortable, then what is a man's response to that? If your woman finds it uncomfortable that you're friends with multiple exes,
Yeah.
or if you're friends with women that are attractive.
Yeah. Let's get to the root issue of why you're uncomfortable. Because once we dig up all of that, I guarantee you it's not going to be you in this situation.
Fair enough. Vicky says, damn, this hurts. The one ex I'm friends with, I have to admit, I still have feelings for.
Ooh.
Does he watch the show? Are
That
we going to
happens.
make a love connection tonight? Poop, I love Poop.
That happens more times than not, because you grow up with this person, and I'm just talking my own experience. You grow up with this person, and you know what I mean. You guys become close, strictly as friends, and then you start seeing them as this is really somebody like legit I could be with. Why? Because you are friends. Everybody wants to be best friends with their partner. And you literally have this best friend, and they happen to be attractive, and they happen to have the body type you want, and they happen to have the same goals are in line. So it's like, why not? You know what I mean? It happens. But I don't feel like it happens all the time.
But see, you have to find out what is she actually uncomfortable with, because that sounds like insecurity.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. You got
close. But I'm close to thinking like, okay, maybe insecurity. What are some other possibilities? And I think you said something earlier. It could be like a lack of experience in that arena, personal experience. So there's no real understanding of how that works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying to you? Or it can be a few things. This was good. Mike, I'm gonna let you do your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached halftime. It is 9:02. You've endured a whole hour of us trying to help. That's all we was doing. And we got a whole nother half coming up after Mike gives these brief announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we appreciate you guys for sticking with us for this first hour and 3 minutes. Or did we? No, hour and 36 seconds. This is the part of the show where we let you guys know that we do have whole bunch of social media platforms, and we would like for you guys to go follow, share, like. Maybe this help the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. Man, our Instagram is going bananas right now. I don't know if we hit an algorithm, but we riding the wave right now. I think we have like almost 150,000 views on one of our posts from I think 2 weeks ago, but that's small to some people. Some people do that with their eyes closed, but for us to start off, like I think 2 weeks ago we were at 300 something followers. Now we're at 700 something within 2 weeks because of this clip. I just, I'm grateful and I appreciate it because it lets us know that whatever we're saying, number one, before every show, we pray that God uses us to speak to the people that need to hear whatever it is we're saying. And that's just for us confirmation that, okay, we on the right path. We on to something here. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep doing it. Let's make this priority, which is why you've been seeing me, Donnie, on the show a lot more consistency, because it's like, all right, now let's really, if God is really behind this, let's do what we need to do to honor that. Now, of course, some weeks is just like, okay, we gotta push the show, but for the most part, I think Donovan and I are definitely on the same page as to where we want to see this podcast go and how we want it to grow. Yeah. So that being said, on those social medias, please like and share and follow, and you know what I mean. If you know anybody that's looking to donate into Black podcast, or if you know a relationship podcast, or if you know anybody that is looking for relationship podcast to sponsor, yes, shoot our information to them, and we'll see where God really wants this thing to go. But all in all, we appreciate you guys' support, because support doesn't always come financially. Support comes in a like, a share, a follow, a reshare, whatever the case may be, and we see that you guys have definitely been doing that, and we appreciate it. But Donovan,
we ain't turning down the money Listen, it's the practical component of we still need this to stay on the air. So $, maybe this will help. We do have a picture. Hopefully I'll get it up before the show is up for our Venmo. We got that up and popping for you guys. So Cash App and Venmo will be readily available for you. We still have the Zelle. But if you don't see a form of payment on here that you like, then you can go to Maybe This Will Help Podcast. Maybe This Will Help Podcast. That's our email at Gmail. I should have finished it. Maybe This Will Help Podcast at Gmail. And send us a message. Let us know you want to donate to the cause. And the cause is because we want to stay online. What's up?
Are you still accepting donations through your OnlyFans?
No, I want to keep that separate for tax purposes. Yeah, let it go. Just let it go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Now, where you going? I rise early to get my day started. Be blessed. This was empowering. I understand. It's all good. Sleep well.
We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Carrie. Great job, fellas. I'm grateful for you. Yeah, shit. I'm gonna have to share the page some more after the show. Yeah, appreciate you, Vicky.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Miss Marie, it's been a minute. Good evening to you in Texas. I believe you're still in there. Hey. And Red said, I really didn't see the show. Now I'm dealing with some issues right now, but I know y'all killed it, man. I hope you're all right, bro. Definitely include you in my 30-minute prayer at the end of the podcast. Yeah. Now you want me to pray. You didn't want me to pray before. No, I hope you're doing well, brother. I'm gonna check on you, man. All right. Y'all ready for it? Second half?
Let's get it.
All right. This is how we're gonna start the second half, ladies and gentlemen.
Praying before you make.
Plant my seeds, now I'm doing it. Brown skin popping, I'm doing it. And pull the hood out me, I'm doing it. Nappy head, do it.
I just felt we haven't. That was like season 1 video clip, and it's been going since season 1. I just felt like it was all right. Wow. That's fine.
It was good. Nobody ever caught on to the one that I love, though. I don't understand.
You need to go to therapy. Get yourself in therapy. I'm working on my trauma. I'm letting out my trauma. I'm releasing my trauma. Release.
She is creepy. That's why. She is creepy. Right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. I like them creepy, man. She said, I thought y'all burned that clip a long time ago. Not so much. Oh, man. All right. So
let's get it.
Can I do it now?
Yeah.
Praying before you make love is absolutely the way to go.
Father God, in the name of Jesus, all I want to do is zoom, and a boom, boom. I pray, Lord, that you give me the strength of Samson and the longevity of Methuselah.
Praying before you...
Oh, man, I was not expecting that at all. That's hilarious.
Listen, I pray before I go to the gym. I pray before I work out.
Yeah.
I don't want to get no injuries, and I want to perform well.
So
same prayer.
Same prayer. Don't let me pull a muscle, Lord, please.
God, protect my knees and my hamstrings. And
the knees of Megan, Lord.
And let me hit a new PR today. Personal record, Jesus. Good God. All right. Whoa. It's the best. I'm just saying I need to perform. Wow. All these heathens in the chat bars. Same prayer. Hallelujah. The strength of Samson. Y'all wild, man. Y'all wild. All right. Let me get now that I got your attention.
13 things guys want from their girlfriends but won't ask. Wants to be admired. Real intimacy, not just a fling. A little craziness, make him laugh. And he likes to be teased. Sometimes he wants help with the dirty work. Who likes doing yard work? To be loved for who they are. Maintain independence. Comfort and support during tough times. To be pampered. Share his interest. Make an effort to do things he likes. More cuddle time with you. Openness and communication. Talk, don't hint. Don't flirt with other guys. It doesn't matter how close you are with them. Stop staring at your phone. He's right there.
Yeah, I can dig a few of those. A few of them for me is not deal breakers, but that's really good because a lot of times, as men, we're seen as the head of the household, the protectors, the providers, and all these things. But at the end of the day, I don't want to use the word needy, but I kind of do. It's certain things that for me I need as from my woman as a man.
Okay.
And I think that a lot of men don't say the things like in this video because I was a lot. I feel like a lot of men don't say it because we're taught not to. You don't need that. You can do that on your own. You don't need a hug. Why you need a hug when what? You good? Shake it off. Shake your day off and go in there and provide for your family. And I get it. And to an extent, I still have that mindset, but there are things that I do need that sometimes go unsaid because of what I was indoctrinated with growing up. Not necessarily from my dad, but from society in general.
For me, this goes back to what we said towards the beginning of the podcast. If you want your partner to succeed at loving you, then set them up for success through communication.
Yeah.
Through communication. Let them know what you need. Let them know what you're used to and what you're trying to grow into. Let them know where you're flexible. Let them connect them with other people that may be able to inform them of some of your ways. Connect them to resources that will help them love you the way that you're desiring or needing. If you like for them to, pamper you, then shoot them resources to places you like to go to get pampered. If you would like for them to help you with yard work, every now and then shoot a video over so that when they get out there, they can actually be a form of support there. If the person cares about you and loves you, they're going to take the resource and apply it. They're going to try to look into that resource and see, well, this may not all be in my wheelhouse, but how can I contribute? Because if you're with someone and they're your person, I believe that the main goal is really to enhance the quality of your life.
And that's the mindset that both men and women need to have is what can I do to be a support system for you?
Yeah.
And I feel like if we both have that hunger and that urge to want to support each other, I mean, it can't help but succeed. You know what I mean? And just having that mindset for me is enough that you want to, oh, how can I help you with this? Or is there anything I can help you with today? Or that in itself, just that question alone goes a long way for me.
Yeah.
Even if I know it's literally nothing you can. Jay tells me all the time, I know you're going to the shop. Is there anything I can help you with? I know it ain't nothing she can help me with.
Yeah.
In that particular situation, but just the fact that she asked goes a long way.
But this goes back to, I think the thing that hit me about that video is that 13 things men need from their partners, but they won't ask. And I know that, this is where we have to take accountability. There's been situations in relationships we've been in where asking backfired, right?
Yes.
But we can't give up on asking. That is such a major component of the role we play in seeing ourselves best served, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere you go, there's nothing wrong with saying how you like to be treated. Wow. That was a lot. There's nothing wrong with saying how you would like to be treated. And if you're not going to say it, then understand the outcome of that could potentially be mistreatment. It could potentially be you getting a whole bunch of things you don't like. And then you have to take some accountability for never saying what you really wanted. I had to learn. I'm still learning that.
No, yeah, I agree. But then on the flip side of that, what happens because this has happened to me, when you're in certain situations and you don't even know what you need. I don't know. A lot of men don't say these things because they weren't it's like you need something, but you don't know what it is because you were never privy to what that thing was. Like I know I need something here. I don't know if it's a hug. I don't know if it's a kick in the behind. I don't know. You know what I mean? So your woman is asking you, and all you can do is I don't know, and then you don't end up getting what you need because you don't know how to vocalize it. You don't know how to.
Wait. How you know you didn't get what you need if you don't know what you need? Maybe you got it, you just didn't know it.
But if you don't know, you don't know. That's my point.
So that means if you don't know, you can't say you didn't get it.
What I'm saying is, you know you need something. You don't know what that is to verbalize it to your partner.
And when you're not knowing, you can't verify. So your partner could be actually giving you what you need, but you don't know it.
But what I'm saying is, how do you as a man, how do we find out what it is that's missing or that we need or that we may not be getting? Because I had just today.
Wait. That's easy. It's easy.
You need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. Get yourself in therapy.
Next question.
I'm gonna delete it, even if it is true.
Yeah, come on.
Because I had me and Jay were having a heart-to-heart this morning, and I had a bunch of epiphanies that I had never strung together before until this morning. That opened up a whole Pandora's box and made it easier now to communicate with her as to things that I need, the reason this happens, the reason that happens, as because before, for the last 4 years, just didn't know. We just chalk it up to this or chalk it up to that or whatever the case may be. So it's sometimes it's not a matter of, with me, it's not a matter of just not asking. It's more of I never even knew this is what I needed until right now. So I can't tell you what I need. I know you're asking me, but I can't tell you because I didn't find out till just now.
Let me tell you something. It is the responsibility of your partner to pay attention to you in such a way that they become privy to your needs, even the needs you don't even know that you need. And so when your partner is present and paying attention to you, they see your patterns, they see the things that make your eyes light up, they see the things that bring you joy, they see the things that put you in a place of peace when you were once in anger. And if they're wise, they'll take note of those things so that when you get in situations, they can ask you for clarity what you need. And if you say you don't know, you'll say that's fine. I have a list of things that I believe based on me paying attention to you that might help you in this moment. You can list them out to them or you can just start doing one. That is what a partner is there. A real partner is there to do. For instance, Shauna said, does getting out of bed to drop off hot chocolate to the hospital count? I think I should get a few points for that. And I think it's true. I think that the points that you get is that you have invested in the garden of us. And so whatever you do for your partner contributes to the garden or to the tree that you both eat from. And I think that the sustaining of that relationship is based on you both contributing just like that, showing up in these little ways. And so the points that you get ultimately are a higher quality of relationship, longevity in your relationship from that kind of effort. But sometimes they don't know what they need. And the part say, but I know what your favorite ice cream is. You know what? I don't know what you need, what I'm saying? But I know I'm gonna turn your favorite show on real quick. You may not know what you need, what I'm saying to you, but I know, when I wear this outfit, that usually gets a good feeling out of you. Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
That's why, because I feel like that's been one of mine and Janae's keys to success is just knowing, just being on that same wavelength as far as stuff like that goes. Like I came home from the cemetery, and you know what I mean. But she asked what I needed, this and that, and in that moment, she asked if I was okay, and I said no, and I didn't know what I needed. I didn't think I needed anything, but she came over, she stopped me. I had a plate of food, and she stopped me, hugged me, let me cry, and you know what I mean. It just does something for the relationship when you and your partner are in tune and moving to the same drum beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's good, man. It's crazy though. And this is what I hope helps the audience tonight. Kind of goes back to what Amber just said right here. Well, when you ain't got it no more, then you realize you needed it. I'm really hoping that what we're saying right now is helping you not have to know what you need
when it's not there.
after it's taken away. I saw one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite TV shows, The Office. My boy Andy Bernard said, I wish there was a way. Bernard dog.
Yeah.
He said, I wish there was a way to know that you're in the good old days before you leave them.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there is a way. Be present.
That's it.
Be present to the relationship you're in and to the person that you're with and to the memory that is being made. Be present to the fact that this is going to be a story that you could potentially tell your grandchildren one day. Be present to the fact that this day has never happened and it will never happen again. That's how you can enjoy the good old days while there's still the good nowadays.
Yeah, man.
That's all, man.
That's good. Cause so many times, you know, we look back and with I wish I would have, or even going to the mortuary today and just, you know, just wishing that, you know what I mean, wishing that you would have been more present while the people that you have, that you love, are still here, because you think that they'll be around. There'll be time. We got time. We young. We'll catch up. Let's go. Oh, you out here? I'm busy right now. I'm working. But next time you come out here, we'll catch up. And then, you know, next time don't come, and then you stuck wishing that XYZ.
Yep.
So, like, I'm just co-signing what you said. Just be present and cultivate those relationships, whether it's a text, a phone call. Hey, just thinking about you, checking on you, how you doing. Don't have to be nothing long and drawn out. Just let the people know that you're being present.
Like that.
Yep.
Like that. As simple as that. And Lakeisha, we appreciate that, because I want to go back to the fact, like, this is what Lorraine said here. She said, well said, a lot of men aren't transparent about their emotions or supportive needs because of how they were raised, of what a masculine man should like or represent. And I think on this show, what we're showing you is the rest of the picture that you're not seeing other places. You guys see us being transparent, vulnerable, emotional, communicative on here, disagreeing without disrespecting each other. This is more of the story that's not being told, just like our American history. You know, I think there's more to be said, and I hope you guys are seeing that here, to know that there's more edges and more corners and more avenues and more streets to this thing called masculine. And I think with that, I hope the men are seeing that. I think my boss says it best. I hope that this podcast gives you permission to do masculinity the way that you truly feel it in your masculine self, regardless of what other people tell you is appropriate or not. I pray that this podcast somehow empowers you to give yourself permission to walk in the authenticity of your emotions, even when it's frowned upon or people don't think it's what you should be doing. I pray that this podcast shows you how important it is for you to love yourself and you to accept yourself, emotions and all. Stop saying flaws and all, emotions and all, because sometimes people call us flawed when we are showing our emotions, but it's not a flaw. It's just another emotion, because I'm a human being going through this experiment called life. And I hope you fellas see this and start to surround yourself with people who understand this and will accept this, support this, and walk this way with you.
And that's the beautiful thing when you got a team of guys that, like, my brother Cars, without putting all his business out there, is stone cold Crip, like through and through, like locked up, jail, most of his life.
Morning sex in jail, all of it.
Wow.
Hope you're not watching.
I ain't saying.
I'm sorry, Crip.
No, but just us forming the bond and the relationship we have is like night and day. Like the topics that we were able to talk about now, and just been able to walk out what real masculinity looks like. Hugging each other when we see each other, hugging each other when, you know what I mean, we about to live, telling each other we love it, just like me and you do, just like me and Carrie do, just like me and Dub do. Now surrounding yourself with these type of men that really go against the stereotype of what men should act and be like.
Yeah.
You go to other countries and men kiss on the cheek, no problem.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And
Zeal?
it ain't no gay shit.
Wow.
It ain't no none of that. It's I love you, and I'm willing to express that. I don't care who else see it. I don't care who else got a problem with it. I love you, and this is the way I express my love for you as my brother.
Amen.
That's how it should be.
My boy Jacoby, he has a podcast called Wait, have you seen this?
Is it Jacoby or Jacoby?
Jacoby from Texas, so it's Jacoby. Actually, that's how it's Jacoby. That's you gotta say it like Jacoby. You gotta make that smile at the end.
I feel like Jacoby carries a gun on him too.
Listen, he gonna tell you, don't worry about what I'm packing, son. That's what that's how he's southern. That brother looked like he was raised pulling tractors because they didn't have no livestock. Listen, he said the point is happiness. A relationship is selfless. It's your job as a man or woman to make sure your mate has what they want and needed. If you both are selfless and attentive to each other, you will and can make it work. But you gotta be attentive to what they want and need, and learn how to read their body language, learn how to read between the lines. You know what I'm saying to you? I mean, it helps when you got God on your side.
You know what else helps?
What up?
Transparent conversation. It'll take a lot of that workout, a lot of that guest workout, even a lot of the work of the paying attention work. It'll take it off if we just have these transparent conversations.
On a consistent basis. Stop waiting until something is wrong to find out what they need. Have hypothetical conversations like, babe, you know what I'm saying? If you were having a hard day, what do you think would on a good day? Ask them, what do you think you would need on a bad day? Just to get informed ahead of time. Because if you're preparing to be a real true partner and you know that storms come, then you want to do your best to prepare for those moments. So hypothetical questions are the best way because they're in a sober place, thinking clear. Like, yeah, in those moments, you know what I probably need? I probably need that chocolate ice cream. That does something for me. You ain't got to understand it, but when the moment shows up, just do it.
Just do it. Like we on the same
Nike.
You're right. We on the same team. Why would I not? If I know one of the players is down or suffering with some ankle injuries, why not before practice get them an ice pack? We on the same team. It ain't hurting me to go and do something for you just out of doing something for you. So many times we do stuff with a motive of what I'm gonna get back in return, or am I gonna get any accolades, or are you gonna tell your friends that I did this for you, or just do it just because that's your person, that's your homeboy, that's your homegirl. You shouldn't need no extra reason for Donnie to come over and eat 15 tacos and not ask anybody else if they want any. Besides, that's my homeboy. That's it.
You said you said you was gonna say something on the podcast, so I'm not surprised.
Okay, because you look surprised at first.
Why did she make them taste like that? That's at some point Jay got to take responsibility for what she did. Whatever she did in the kitchen, it's not just on me. Because if they weren't that good, then I would have excused myself. How am I supposed to not keep going back to the table making more tacos when that's how they taste?
And
Explain that.
I don't want people to think that I'm exaggerating with the number 15.
Was it 15?
It may have been like 10 or 11 for sure.
I know I made it to the double digits.
How many tacos do you eat? Like 10. It was confirmed.
Let's not put
and
a
then
number
on the last
on
one though, the last one sitting over there, he tried to act real humble. I'm done now. I don't have to. Nigga, you ate the other 9. Just take the 10th taco, bro.
No, just listen to it. Listen, let me explain. Can I talk? When you dead wrong and you want to say something, can I talk?
Oh man.
They said that they were going to throw those shells away because they were full. In the stewardship that I'm trying to walk in my life, I thought that it'd be wasteful when I still had room to let them throw out them shells.
We appreciate it.
If I was gluttonous, I would have finished the bowl of ground turkey, which I didn't do. Thought about it.
You left a spoonful.
But she should have made some more shells, if we're going to just be honest about it. The shell to ground turkey ratio was a little off, Jay. I think the next time you don't do that, okay? You know, it's just like a big booty in a G-string. I use way too much meat, not enough shell. But anyway,
stupid.
Yes, the stewardship. I'm good. I'm ready to I'm ready to move on.
God.
You ready, Mike?
Yeah, man.
All right, so we're gonna get into something a little bit more. Well, it's what we talk about, but it's gonna be a little shift from what we've been talking about tonight.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You got way too many triggers for me to get anywhere near your heart. You got way too many triggers for me to get in the vicinity of a partner. You have expectations of me loving you and caring for you, but your triggers are keeping me at bay. I'm back here with my hands raised because of all your triggers. I can't get close enough to love you, let alone partner with you, let alone show you that I could be reliable. Too many triggers. And I'm not blaming the person with the triggers. I am saying that we got to do something about that if we want to experience love.
And a lot of times, you know, we say, you know, God is good and God's power works and this and that. So why is it that in our situations we think are so bad that God can't work in us? You know what I mean? So many times we get in these situations where, yeah, I know I believe God and I believe that, you know, this is real and that's real and he's able to do this and that. But then we get in these situations and we feel like for some reason my situation is too big for him. He can't do nothing for this because it's so deep rooted. I've been carrying it for so long. I've been holding on to it for so long. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sometimes it's I don't know how to let it go. I don't know how to let go of these triggers. What do you say to the person that don't know how to let it go? Because in my mind, because of my experiences that I've had with God, it's still easier said than done, but you got to let it go. You got to literally take your hand and open it and let that thing go. But for somebody that maybe hasn't experienced some of the things I've experienced and they have the question, well, I don't want to hold this. What would you say to that person that has
You need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. Get yourself in therapy. I'm working.
No, I'm just looking for the delete. Hold on.
Listen, Allie said it. Allie is the one who said it. She prompted that response.
Yeah.
What would you say to that person?
Say, relax. I'm not here to hurt you, laugh at you, or judge you.
Wait, Bastien. In my experience, if a person's ever in a state of anxiety, last thing you want to tell them to do is relax. That's going to make them
relax.
even more tense.
Relax you.
That's going to... Wow. Yeah. Relax is another trigger word. That relax is what people tell you who want to take advantage of you. People
relax, just let it happen. Those type of things.
Yeah. People who understand triggers usually come from a place of, I hear you and I respect you. Let me know when you're ready to talk about it. It's more of an allowance and creating opportunity for yourself, like an invitation versus like, relax. I'm going to come through here, breathe, take a deep breath. It's not going to hurt. In my experience, you may have a different experience, but just in my experience.
Yeah. Remember, AJ said prayer works always.
AJ, where? Oh, McJellin. Yeah. Get some good old guidance on their creator from their creator.
I feel like that's always the first place to go, even before therapy. For me, it's just what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I'm out here lost in the sauce, Lord. Just speak to me, speak to my neighbor, speak to the goddamn pigeon flying over the house. I don't know, but bring whatever answer I need, please. And sometimes that's what it got to be. Sometimes you know what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to give up trying to do it yourself. Literally, give up trying to do it yourself. You've done everything you can do as a human being. There's nothing else you can do.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah,
that's where you end up.
And just God, you this is all you. I've done my part.
This bitch.
It's getting on my nerves. So take her out, Lord. Take her out, Lord. Take her.
You sound like Adam in the garden.
This is your child. You gave me. You put her here. Take her out.
Wow. Jay, Jay, everything okay over there, Jay? Wow. ladies and gentlemen.
Damn.
I told y'all Mike was gonna have a few moments tonight. I saw it coming. If you do have some triggers, and I know I have some that have shown up, some of them don't show up until you get in a relationship. I would say learn to take accountability for them, and then remember that they don't have to be permanent. I think remembering that they're not attached to your identity, they're attached to the interpretation or of an experience. Let me say it that way. I want to be sensitive with this. Those triggers are attached to a psychological response to an experience and not attached to your identity. So first understand that they are removable. They are curable, whatever you want to call it. And then from there, allow prayer and creativity to show you, ways in which you can relieve yourself from them and replace them.
Agree. And speak to that thing, whatever it is. A lot of people, they put these terms of ownership on the thing that I have this, this is my trigger. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't, because the power comes from the words that come out of your mouth. So every time you introduce that word of ownership, this is my, yep. I am, I don't. You're stoking that flame for that fire for that thing to grow. So you praying, and you asking God to heal you from it, but yet you giving it ownership by saying, I am this, I have this is my.
You say, I finished praying. Say, man, I'm praying to God that He does something with my depression.
Is it your depression? So you owned it. That's yours.
I'm praying to God about the spirit of depression I'm fighting against, that I'm struggling against.
There you go.
I like this. And when they said, grab hands and quickly pray.
That's it. That's it. Especially in the moments that you don't want to.
Those are probably the most influential moments.
That's it. Because that's when the real war between your flesh and, let's just call it, that's the real war between the devil and God that's going on. Because I don't want to pray right now. I'm mad. Fuck that. I don't want to pray. I'm not going to pray. That's not it. That's the time where you really need to get in there and step on that thing's head and say, no, I'm going to pray. I'm going to ask God for whatever it is I need in this moment. Or I'm going to pray in the spirit because I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. All right. And we're moving on.
Move it.
You cannot build a relationship with someone who ignores your texts. And you cannot build a relationship with someone who won't talk about the future with you or make plans with you. And you certainly can't build a relationship with someone who isn't willing to communicate and have the necessary conversations. But it's not your job to try to convince someone to be different. And it's not your job to convince someone of your value and of your worth. Your only job is to be a protector of your heart and of your boundaries. And you need to challenge yourself to be that protector. And the first step in loving yourself is the boundary of goodbye. And you will be fine. There will be someone else. And yes, you can handle the loneliness of going back out there again. Anything is better than betraying yourself to be in something that is going nowhere.
That's I agree. Man, a lot of times you on the fence.
I'm on the fence. Go ahead.
Okay. I think a lot of times, people stay in these situations knowing it's a bad situation, knowing it's not going nowhere, knowing the other person ain't even giving two shits. They just, been a leech and this and that, or he said he wasn't going to hit me again. He said he wasn't going to cheat on me again. He said he wasn't going to do all of these things again. And yet here we are back here. And the nigga's not going to change. That she ain't even trying to change. It's okay. It's okay to let it go. A lot of times we get in these situations and our heart and our feelings and our emotions are so attached to these people that we know are no good for us, that when it's a hint of we may lose them, we throw all of our senses to the wind. All of what we know we should do goes to the wind because, I I don't want to start over. I can't lose this person. I can't. And then we start making excuses on why this person should stay around. And oh, yeah, he does hit me, but he is good to the kids. And come on, man.
So I'm gonna go on the line of she said don't do.
That's good. Sorry, I saw what Letitia said. She said codependent.
I think I struggle with that a little bit, honestly. Codependence.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing all the time, honestly.
Okay, I was being honest. I have to find the root of it, but I
don't think it's. But I'm saying I don't think it would necessarily be a struggle unless you can't function without. I gotta have this. I can't.
So I'm not codependent. I'm just pro-dependent.
Hey, come on, man.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey.
That's all it is.
She said, "Don't dive into self-betrayal because of something that you know is going nowhere." I'm careful about when I deem something, or how do I verify that something is going nowhere. Yes. Oftentimes, it's not that it's going nowhere. It's just not going where I want it to go. But I pray in that moment. Yeah. I know I put a post up on my Instagram a while ago. It said, "Happy endings, not those kind, don't always have happy beginnings." Right. And so sometimes we're just too quick to judge a situation, or sometimes we're just trying to create our desire as the standard by which this situation must match up in order for me to stay in it.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Sometimes we create the standard must match up with my heart's desire in order for me to stay in it. When in essence, God is trying to give you what's best for you, not just what you want. And sometimes we're not willing to stay in a situation that doesn't look like I want, feel like I want, when actually God is pruning and developing you through what you don't want to get you where you need to be. The promise is going to get fulfilled that way. But if we're only willing to stay in and do what we feel comfortable with, or what we can understand that we like, we leave no room for God to surprise us with the exceedingly abundantly above.
Say the happiness thing again. I feel like that might have to be a soundbite.
The happiness thing
that you posted a while ago.
Oh, every happy ending doesn't have a happy beginning. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
How many times have we been in situations where we bailed out prematurely, and you know, that could have, whether it's a business deal, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, because you just felt like it's too much, like, it's too uncomfortable. I don't like this. This is not what I want. And that next, if you would have got over just that one last, could have been a multi-million-dollar corporation, but you bailed because
just because it didn't look like you thought it should look.
Yeah.
There's this practice we talked about a few episodes ago called non-possessiveness. And it really is the art and the practice of releasing and letting things go so that you can allow in something new. Right.
That's at the massage parlor over there on Euclid.
On who? On Euclid? Euclid?
Yeah.
You know, you making up streets. This brother here. I don't know. I'll go find out tomorrow. But my point is I think that I'm done with Mike. I think that what we try. What is happening? Wow. He is on Google right now.
Can you continue, please?
Happy beginnings massages. I'm done. You guys ruined the moment. I don't want to talk about it. Reggie, what you got to say? Shauna has always told me men will lie about any and everything, but he is absolutely telling the truth when he says he don't want. When he says what he don't want. Wow.
They're here for you, bro.
I think he's sending that to Lakeisha because she the one asking for the address. I think. Wow. Allie said, tell Lakeisha go Google Euclid in New York. Wow. I tell you, our community is resourceful. I will tell you that. Our community is resourceful. They're going to help you find what you need. Goodness gracious, what's wrong with you people? Oh man. Gee whiz. No, you don't need to know. She's driving right now trying to find it. I tell him to drop a pin. Nigga, I'm in the vicinity. Oh my goodness. All right, that's fine.
Let's go.
All right. Man, this one been on our up here for a while, but we just never played it. So it's 18 seconds. Check this out.
If you're dealing with a female, you're gonna need her to bring what you're missing, which is nurturing, a nice meal, some intimacy. Give me what I can't give myself or I don't want to do for myself. And I think like it's sucks what's wrong with being submissive for your man. If you're dealing with a female, you're gonna need her to bring what you're missing.
You need that one more time? You good?
Shoot it back.
If you're dealing with a female, you're gonna need her to bring what you're missing, which is nurturing, a nice meal, some intimacy. Give me what I can't give myself or I don't want to do for myself. And I think like it's sucks what's wrong with being submissive for your man. If you're dealing with a female, you're gonna need her to bring what you're missing.
So the question posed was, what's wrong with being submissive to your man? That's the question she posed.
How does that tie into bring what he's missing?
I don't know. That's why I had to listen to it again. I agree with the aspect of, yeah, that is nice when you have a woman that could to do these things for you. But I don't necessarily think that has to do with anything with submission necessarily. I think I want to do for my man, just like the man should want to do for his woman.
But I feel like that's a form of submission, though.
Is it?
I don't think it's really. I don't think it's really submitting necessarily to the other person, but you're submitting to the relationship, the need of the relationship, right?
So that part, yes.
I think that's how I see it. I think that when there's a submission from the husband to the wife, but I think that there is a mutual submission that exists when you want what's best for the relationship.
Like, for instance, would you say me taking out the trash, or me fixing the light bulb, or me changing the batteries on the ring, you know what I mean? Things like that. Things that I don't have to do, things that she can do.
But because you and I both own this house, and you want the value of this house to continue to increase, even if you're not doing it, I'm going to do it because I want the value of this house. The relationship is this house. May the value of it increase. And we'll talk and have therapy and counseling, whatever in the meantime, so that whatever is hindering you from doing your part. But I'm not going to let the house that we're building fall apart just because there's something going on between us where you're not pulling your weight, right? I don't think that's wise.
Yeah, no, I agree. I want to side. I want to side.
I was gonna let you see if you want to get the definition of submission.
Let's hold, please.
Do you go on dictionary?
100%.
I'll give you what I heard in church. It said to come under, to sit down underneath an authority, to submit. So it's a commitment that comes from you lowering yourself in respect to somebody else's value in your life, or in some places their rank.
That's pretty straightforward with the dictionary too. Ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive.
So I'm either submitting to your authority or to the value that I hold you as in my life.
And I think that submission, when it comes to relationships, should more be submitting to the value that I know that you have in this relationship.
Okay, I gotta attach this, man. I gotta go after this right now. Lakeisha said, I think we started saying submission. I got excited. I think we started saying submission is because so many women wanted to be independent. Now men and women work, and women want to be equal. But there is no such thing as a woman being equal to a man. I think that the conversation of equality that comes up in politics and in the workforce and in opportunities is different than the conversation about equality between men and women genderly.
Yes.
And in relationships, different conversations of equality.
I agree, because I feel like in my relationship, we're pretty equal, right? Took her a long time to respond. My bad. It's fine. It's fine.
She thought she's like, you did a woman role, man. I thought you were setting her up. This is a trick question. Trick question.
No, so I just feel like in relationships there can be that equality, but you guys have to set that up. If you're going into it with the mindset of she needs to be in the kitchen where she's supposed to be, and you have to take out the trash. You have to do these things because you're the man. I feel like that's when things get a little slippery. If you go into it as, you know what, I want to give as much as possible to you to make your job in this relationship easier, then those things will come naturally.
So this is what I told one of my friends once. I said the person who does it in a relationship should be the person oftentimes whose strength it is. Because we all have different strengths and weaknesses and different gifts. And so if you're strong there and are gifted there, if I'm looking at equality, you know what I'm saying, and me and Mike buy a piece of property together, him being 6'6", I'm gonna let him handle everything that's on the top shelf. I'm only 5'10". It doesn't make sense for me to want to share that responsibility. This is too much of a hardship. I got the lower shelf, you got the higher shelf. Simple as that. So I'm saying in a relationship, whoever is stronger with math, handle the finances. Whoever has a more creative eye, you know, say, let them organize the house and maybe even decorate. Like, I think if you operate from that perspective, what you find yourself doing is having a relationship where people actually enjoy doing what they're doing because they get to operate from their creativities and gifts.
So what just came to me is, it's not a devil's advocate, but on the flip side of that, what can cause some strain in relationship is when you trying to weaponize your strengths. Meaning, I'm the one that's good at math. Why would you don't need to handle no money, stuff like that.
So let me say this. Okay, so you're right. So a person should be operating in the arena because it's either their strength or their aspiration. That means they're already good at it or they want to get good at it. Mm-hmm. That's good. Your strength or your aspiration. And I think that is helpful for enjoyment of the relationship. I think that this is where women got slighted in the past, right?
Yes.
The things that have generally been spoken to be a man's role in a relationship is because those were the strengths that men were being highlighted for having.
Yeah.
And it wasn't being acknowledged that women had strengths in that area or aspirations in that area as well. You know what I'm saying? Women weren't really working. I don't know at what point in history that started. But I do know that, you know, if you're tracking just kind of how marketing works or how history is told, it's the strength of a man to be the bring home the bacon. If that's being pushed as a man's role and responsibility, his strength is being highlighted. But have we looked at everybody else in the household to identify if they're strong or if they have aspirations to go to college and to get a job? And if that's not the case, then what's perpetuated is that women don't want that. They don't want to work. They want to stay at home and take care of children because they carry babies for 9 months. So innately, they're supposed to want to stay at home with them. And like that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily the case for every woman. I think that now what they really want is to be seen in a totality. Like they want all of them to be seen, not just, you know, the fact that I may carry a baby or I may not be innately have as strong as a bone density as a man does or as much testosterone. But what they're saying, I want to be seen in my completeness, right? Yeah. And then, you know, you have these issues where you see people who are born men with that genetic DNA identifying as women and going and doing women MMA and women track and field and killing it. And people are just like,
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm done. That's it. I was on a roll, and Mike doesn't care about what I'm talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's fine. I told you he was going to be in rare form tonight. That's fine. It's okay.
You need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. Get yourself in therapy.
With 6 minutes left in the show. Wow. You ain't right.
That would have been a nice closer too. Damn.
What is happening? So this explanation means I am the mayor of Pound Town. What medication do they have dripping in your IV right now, Mike?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it here. You wouldn't like it. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it here.
That's my jam right there, man. That is my jam.
Reg, take a nap. Take a nap.
That brother got ecstasy in his IV. I promise you.
Sheesh. Like I said, the mayor
of Pound Town.
Pound Town.
Is that what got you put in the hospital? That's all I want to know.
No, what it was he was trying to fit into these.
So it was the wedding fitting. He was trying to get fitted for that tuxedo. And tell the truth, Reg, what happened, bro? Did you get stuck in a pair of Spanx?
They had to surgically remove the Spanx?
Surgically remove. Surgically remove the Spanx. Listen, after 9:30, we're not responsible for what happens here. Oh man! Oh, he's gonna act oblivious. They make Spanx for men. You know they make Spanx for men. Nigga, don't you? Listen, if you look close enough in his profile picture under that periwinkle suit, you can see the print of the spank at the thigh level. Oh man. All right, man. It's closing time. We got to do this. I'm pretty sure we triggered somebody tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, if something Mike said triggered you, I just want you to know that 988 is available. If you say that Mike sent you, they actually give you a discount on the resources that they connect you to. This is a complete lie, but still, this is a suicide and crisis hotline. This is not a joke. If you're having a personal crisis or know someone who is, have them call 988, or you can go to 988.com, get connected to the mental health resource, therapy, counseling, support groups, all those things, practical resources. If you know somebody's going through something, you don't know how to encourage them, how to approach them. Should you tell them to relax? Should you grab their hand and pray? You're just not sure. You don't want to make it worse. Call this number and get some guidance on how to deal with those situations. People are going through stuff, and there's no age restriction. If it's your nephew that's struggling, he's 10 years old, or your mom who's 78, and you think it's the medication, but you don't know, call this number, get connected to some resources that can help you care for those people that you really love. I agree. Mike was triggered from the opening bell. When you came in for your check-in, you was already triggered. I think he was mad that I ate all the tacos, Reg. I think he's still upset about that.
Okay, I didn't have nothing, no snack for the next day, nothing.
Y'all had all the and no shells.
You know what's clutch though that you got everybody in the house doing? Putting it.
What's that?
Nope. Nope. Not that. Putting the cheese at the bottom of the shelf first.
Yeah.
Bruh, that's so clutch.
Game changer, man. You put the cheese at the bottom of the shell, then the hot ground turkey on top of that, and it helps it melt into the shell instead of falling off. Because most people put the cheese on the salad, it don't attach itself to the salad the same way. So you take one bite, all the cheese fell off. Listen, it's a science to eating 22 tacos. Okay,
I see it, and I appreciate your knowledge.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We might have to make that a Tuesday thing,
huh?
We might have to make that a Tuesday thing.
Let me. If the chef says that the chef special on Tuesdays is what it is, I'm gonna make sure I don't book any clients on Tuesday. I'm about to check right now and see if I got a client this Tuesday.
I wasn't necessarily. I was talking about me and Janae.
Jay, I'm gonna text you. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys don't know, I am a professional life coach. I am accepting clients at this point via Zoom and telephone. I opened my practice back up. So reach out to me at donovandonnell.com if you want to get connected to some coaching. What's really dope is when I get to do the group coaching. One, because people get to share the cost. Two, is because you already have a group of people with like-mindedness asking to be coached on the same topic. And so what happens is that after the coaching, you already have a community of accountability. And that's what I found to be lacking for a lot of people that I coach one-on-one, finding them accountability partners, people who value what they're after and will hold them to it. But we already have a community of people who are about that same life, and you guys get coached on the same thing. It's such a beautiful situation. That always seems to work out best. So if you have 2 or 3 friends who are trying to grow in the same area of life, reach out to me at donovandonnell, get some group coaching going. Yes, sir.
I got a question that may be helpful to somebody else listening. Can they chime in via Zoom if they're not in LA, if they're in somewhere else in the States? Can they be a part of this via Zoom or something like that?
Yeah, so coaching is done either by telephone, in person, or virtual.
Okay.
So we can set it up either of those ways. The cost varies per with each one. So
if you like them, how much you like them? I've heard that cost varies. No, like, cool.
Okay, cool. If you want estimate on how much these coaching sessions are, I actually have a price on my website. Go to my website and they'll give you a range.
What is it?
DonovanD.nail.com. Let's go ahead and put that in the chat.
That's wild that you was just at my house and I didn't know anything about that you were starting back up. That's crazy how brothers do.
Oh. Well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Thank you, Ali. Ali's went to the website. I did do an update to the website. So thank you. Go check it out. My photography business is not back open. I'm rebranding my photography. I had a friend kind of talk to me about my photography, and I recognize that if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem, right? Do I even need to finish it? What?
Telling me about your
with the tacos. Exactly. Thank you, Lakeisha.
Full
Thank you. She must have found Euclid. She happy now. That was a quick one. Sheesh. Bro. Okay, we're gonna get out of here, man. It's 10:01. Dang. All right. I didn't say my photos weren't great. I didn't say that. I thought you were great with the photos.
So photos were subpar, so I shut down the business.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Wow. Did she really look and say only in San Diego is a Euclid?
Wow. Ontario too. I believe Ontario is
okay. Just Euclid is an infamous street, clearly. Known. Okay. I was coming from somewhere last night. I ended up having to drive down Figueroa. When I say I don't know, I've never
too?
I've never seen it like that. I mean, a cops route and they couldn't stop it. I mean, it was crazy from, I want to say from Manchester all the way down to like Exposition, out just streetwalkers, just out there, cars stopping. Like it was like a club outside, like Freaknik almost. I'm like, so me and my friend were in the car, we were driving and we prayed from Figueroa and Manchester all the way to Exposition. And Figueroa until we made that left. Just prayed the whole time, just like goodness.
Did you pray after you stopped and pulled over, or you prayed that you didn't get nothing, or what was the prayer?
Wow. I mean, as soon as I saw Jay, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna tell Mike. So I just need to talk to the Lord.
Father, we thank you for another great show. We thank you for bringing us together. We thank you that whatever was said tonight, that you use this, Lord, to speak to whoever was listening, Lord. We thank you that somebody was reached by the message tonight, Lord. We thank you for your grace and your mercy. We thank you that going into this week, that you encamp your angels around us, around our viewers, that they are safe, whether it's work, whether it's home, whatever the case may be, around their children, around their families, Lord. We thank you for honesty, Lord. We thank you for transparency with those that we love, those relationships that we hold dear. We thank you to give us the strength to be transparent, the strength to be honest, Lord. We thank you that if anybody is struggling with any loss, any death, any suicides, any thoughts of suicide, Lord, that you just touch their hearts, touch their minds, Lord, and show up in a real way for them and let them see that you are the one true God who can handle anything that they think that they can't. You know that you can, Lord, and that you just show them that, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
In Jesus' name. And God, please make sure that Jay forgives me for dragging her into that joke, because I feel like that, like Shannon said, that might affect my Tuesday taco night. Yeah, in Jesus' name, I'm plead the blood. I might just fast until Tuesday, just come over looking real hungry. Wow. Don't be petty. Just forgive me as the good Lord has forgiven you.
We just talking about saving space for grace.
The good book says it. Yeah, right. Don't give me a grace taco. I want ground turkey. Give me eight servings of communion when I get over there. Man, you guys have a great week. Thank you guys again. And remember that if you need a t-shirt printed or some kind of paraphernalia for your business, Mike has Stoic Printing Services where he can meet all your printing needs. If you need a fake birth certificate or pregnancy results, Mike got you.
Passports, California IDs. Well, just
we'll talk offline.
Yeah, just DM.
Yeah. All right. Wow. And y'all make sure you reach out to Jay. She ain't got no more grace.
No more.
Not sure. No more grace. I mean, you know, from your mouth to God's ears. In Jesus' name, we'll see you guys. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully next week.
Yep. 2 Chainz.
I'll hold you down.